fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Leader Class G2 Universe Grimlock from the Transformers Legacy Evolution line from Hasbro. So this is again part of that G2 exclusive subline that is for Walmart, but is also available on Hasbro Pulse. That's where I got mine. Because it is the plastic-free packaging, a lot of nice real estate here on the front for some great artwork of Grimlock in both Dino mode and Robot mode. And then we kind of have a closer-up look at that same artwork here on the side. Over on this side, we have the stylized artwork version of the normal mural half that we have here for Evolution, which I think looks fantastic. Not really anything going on the bottom. Evolution logo there on the top. And then over here on the back, we have some product shots of both Robot mode and Dino mode. I don't know why, but the pictures on the back are like really dark. Definitely the toy is much brighter in person. I don't know why these pics came out so dark. And then we have that kind of, you know, Nickelodeon splat with like the radiation symbol with the Autobot, just because the colors are so crazy because they're super 90s, which I think is fun. So this is another one that was done off an unproduced color scheme for G2. And so we're finally getting to see these color schemes that were dreamed up years ago fully realized, and I think that's a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead, get him out of the box here, and we'll take a closer look. Here he is out of the packaging. He is a ridiculously bright yellow, so I'm just going to apologize now because it's going to throw off the white balance of my camera. But I love this color scheme. You have the yellow, you have the teal, you have a little bit of kind of magenta here. Really, really just fun. Unfortunately, mine has some issues. I have kind of a paint splotch, or there was some kind of gunk here on his face that then got painted over, and so it's kind of like chipping off, which is kind of a bummer. But otherwise, I love the silver head, I love the teal visor, I love this kind of translucent yellow plastic here with this little painted decal on the front. Love the metallic teal, that looks really sharp. Also, I had some trouble with kind of clicking the fists into place on mine. I don't really know what's going on with that either. But I think it'll be okay. Love the tiger stripes down here. I think that's really, really cool. Otherwise, it's the Studio Series 86 Grimlock mold, so not really too many surprises. It's just a fantastic color scheme for a fantastic mold. Got an Autobot symbol up here. I guess I'll roll through articulation pretty quickly, but the head's on a ball joint and kind of look up a little bit, look down, turn side to side, tilt side to side. You have a nice ratcheted rotation here in the shoulder, as well as a hinge out to the side. Bicep swivel, little over 90 degrees there in the elbow, and then it'll kind of click into place for the Dino mode and then bend the other way. So technically, if you wanted him to have weird backwards elbows in Robot mode, you absolutely could. The wrist can swivel. You have a waist swivel. Kick pretty far forward. Kick pretty far backwards. And also kick nicely out to the side, so a lot of range of motion there in the hip. Thigh swivel, 90 degrees in the knee, and then you do have ankle tilt. A lot of ankle tilt, about 90 degrees there. I guess technically you could move this piece back if you wanted to, but not really intended for articulation in Robot mode. And then he comes with his standard blaster, just done in black plastic. Nothing really significant or exciting there. I kind of wish the blaster was also painted in the metallic teal. Not a big problem, but just would have been nice. But yeah, overall, I really do like the color scheme. I'm bummed that he has the weird little paint blotch on the face, but that's just a random QC issue. I doubt all of them are going to have that. Otherwise, he looks great. I don't know what it is. I really like the silver head with the teal visor. I think that looks really, really cool. And just overall, it's a fun, crazy 90s color scheme. Very bright colors, crazy teals and magentas and everything. So you gotta love that. Just for a quick little comparison, here is the Shattered Glass version of Grimlock in the Trypticon color scheme, which I feel like is a little 90s. It also has some of the purple and teals and orange and things like that. Yeah. So I have about 3 of this mold, and I'll tell you something, if they do a G2 blue Grimlock, I'll probably get that one as well. It's a really phenomenal mold, and there are some really great color schemes to put it in. So I'm really excited about this. But I just wanted to show those two next to each other since I had the Trypticon Grimlock handy still. But yeah, it's a really fun color scheme. Really bright, really fun. I'm kind of bummed this never got made back in the day. But we have it here, and he's fantastic. So let's go ahead, let's get into transformation. All right, so I've gone ahead and taken his blaster out of his hand. Now, again, we've seen this a couple times, so I'm going to roll through it fairly quickly. But you're going to start by rotating the fist. You have to kind of unclick it. And this is where mine kind of clicks almost too much. And then, like, the hand was coming out, the mushroom peg was coming out of here. So just be a little gentle with it. But this will rotate in and click into place. This one wasn't nearly as bad. Yeah, that's not too bad there. Okay, so that clicks in there. Then we're going to lift up the dino head, which kind of soft tabs in there. Kind of just get that out of the way. Come down here to the legs, which we are going to open up. Flip this around like so. Then we are going to flip the tail out. And that will kind of accordion out like so. Then we're going to do the same over on this side. So flip this around, accordion out the tail, and leave that open. Then we can sandwich the legs together. Actually, I think at this point we're going to have to flip them out. Flip out the knees, because this channel will allow it to get close enough that you can sandwich it together. And then peg those together like so. And then this will rotate around, and you can see how you have these like sections here. Those will peg into these sections up here. So this will come around. It's not wanting to stay connected together, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Got to utilize these bends. Here we go. So get that all together, and then you're going to rotate these sections down and tab that all together. And there you go. Now the tail is done. And you can see we get more of those. I mean, I call them tiger stripes, but I'm assuming they're supposed to be, you know, a lot of dinosaurs have these kinds of markings. But I think it's fantastic. I love those colors. This section is going to unhook like this and then rotate down. And I probably don't have this aligned 100% correctly, but as we use this as a guide, this comes down and hooks over this. Then we're going to rotate the head inward like so. Straighten the legs around and then bring these in. And these will peg together as well. And then the dino head will just drop down. And then it's just a matter of positioning him in a pose that you like. So we're going to bend those elbows back the other way. Straighten out the hands, open them up a little bit. And there we go. There is Grimlock in Dino mode. So again, Dino mode is fantastic. I do wish he had the Autobot symbol down here. And the other thing I noticed that I didn't really talk about, I'm going to open this back up for just a second. If you see down here, let me get this open again. So he's supposed to be G2 Grimlock, but that is definitely a G1 Autobot symbol. So I'm a little bummed about that. It didn't dawn on me right away. It looks good. It's nicely painted. But I do kind of wish it was the G2 Autobot symbol. Or at the very least, if they kept that there, put a G2 Autobot symbol right there. This mode is very, very, very yellow. I like the stripes. I wish they continued a little bit further up the back. Or maybe on the legs a little bit, just because from the front, it's just very yellow. Now, when you look at them from the side, obviously you have the nice color up the side of the tail, which is very nice. But it's a lot of yellow. And the translucent here, I kind of wish was maybe a translucent teal or maybe a translucent magenta or something like that, just to give a little bit more of a pop of color. But otherwise, he has the nicely painted teal eyes, which are very nice. Mouth, of course, can open, and he's got a little effect piece in there, so if you have like a fire or flame effect piece, you can peg that in. Otherwise, the head can move like so. The hands are on tiny little ball joints, so you have a decent range of motion there. You have a hinge here in the arm, and then, of course, this is all the same articulation as the shoulder and arm because it's the same piece. And then you can store the weapon. There are two little peg spots right here, and then there are, where are the peg spots on this? Here we go, down here, right here and here. So you can pop this on like so. And that is not connecting for me. There we go. I think that looks a little goofy, but you do have weapons storage there, so that is something you can utilize, but I think it looks a little silly. But again, these are not new surprises. This is just the same mold, all the same things that the original had, all the same things that the Shattered Glass version had. But it's still a fantastic mold, and this is a really fun color scheme. I do think it's a little bit more successful in robot mode. I do really like the T-Rex mode. I just wish there was a little bit more. I mean, again, you have the toes, you have the hands, you have the chest down here, you have the stripes. So there's a decent amount of teal. But I just feel like, I don't know, it needs something. Maybe the G2 Autobot symbol would have broken up the chest a little bit, because again, that's just a lot of yellow. So maybe that would have helped. I really do wish it had the G2 Autobot symbol there. But other than that, it's a pretty fantastic repaint of a pretty fantastic mold. So that is G2 Grimlock. Again, another fantastic color scheme for a fantastic mold. And that's kind of been the entire point of this G2 line. They're all just repaints, but they're really fun, crazy, outlandish 90s repaints. So if you're a kid of the 90s like me, these are a lot of fun. I mean, do you need these? Probably not, as long as you have at least one version of the Grimlock mold, because it is a really fantastic mold and a really fantastic toy. So I would say, if you don't want to get all of them, pick your favorite color scheme and go with that. But this guy's a lot of fun. I mean, we're getting to see these unproduced color schemes where we only had concept images for before, and now they're getting to take physical form, and I think that's really neat. So I think the robot mode is a little bit better with the color scheme than the dino mode, only because it's a little bit more balanced here. You have the metallic teal, you have the magenta, the nice silver head with the blue visor, which I absolutely love. You get a little bit of the stripes down here on the legs. The color scheme's broken up a little bit more in robot mode. In T-Rex mode, it's very, very yellow. And while it still has some of the teal present, I just feel like it's missing some, especially in the abdomen section. I really wanted that G2 Autobot symbol. I also think it's weird that they gave us a G1 Autobot symbol there. Looks good, nicely painted, but all the other G2 releases have had G2 Autobot symbols, which I've really enjoyed, so I thought that was a little weird. But other than that, it's still really fun. And again, mine has the QC issue with the paint blob, so that's unfortunate. But again, don't think that's going to be a widespread problem. It obviously just some kind of debris or junk or dust or something fell in there as it was being painted, and it got painted into it. So now I kind of have to decide, do I want to leave a painted blotch, or do I want to rub that off and have a giant paint piece missing there? Maybe I could find a silver Sharpie or something, but that might look weird. In any case, I think it's a really fun toy. I love the color scheme, really enjoy it. Like I said, it's Walmart exclusive, this entire line, but it is also available on Hasbro Pulse, so if you're looking for them, that's definitely where to check. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think it's a good time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.